Hey there, folks. Just getting ready for a big and busy day, but I've got to wait for this to upload. I'm waiting for a phone call, so I'm kind of in limbo. Thought I'd finally update my spiritual channel. I want to talk a little bit about the last Firewalk that I went on. It was the last Firewalk of the year, and it was awesome. I mean, just awesome. It was crowded. I mean, there was a lot of us there. We filled that room. And a full gallery of images is going to be up at the Firewalk Niagara website in the next couple of days. That's, let me just double check what the address is. I think it's Firewalk Niagara, yeah. Firewalkniagara.com. I'm helping Heather out with her website a little bit, and so I'll have a huge collection of images up from that Firewalk. And we did one thing on this last Firewalk that almost never gets done. We successfully captured an image of someone walking across the coals. Very hard when none of us have professional grade photographic equipment. The problem with it is when you take an image, a picture in the dark, the flash tends to want to go off, which bounces off the coals and makes them look like just gray. Meanwhile, as soon as the flash is gone, you see this bright glow, coming off. So that's what you want to see. But if you turn the flash off, of course, you don't see anything. So I experimented with the camera that night and got some good shots. We had the Dragon Ritual drummers there, who were awesome, just fantastic, great guys to meet, and they really provided context for what happened that night. Great rhythmic context. Heather was, let us in through everything like clockwork. Managed a large crowd really well, and we all did the arrow break, which we did before we got started. And for those of you who don't know what an arrow break is, where's the tip? There it is. Okay. Arrow. So originally it's whole and solid and strong. Okay. And so you take the metal tip and you push it in this soft spot right here on your throat. You take the feather tip and you put it against a board. So you've got one end here and one end against the board, and then you plunge forward and snap it against your throat, and somehow it doesn't pierce the skin. Somehow you live. The purpose of the exercise could be conceived as that old saw, I can do anything. But it's a great way to break through barriers. Something holding you back in your life, you do this with the name of that barrier written on the arrow. You will break through. Works, works, works. This was my third time this summer doing this. So this time I decided that it was time, since the theme of my year seems to be about letting go of control, of giving control to the universe or to whatever planned my life. I did not write anything on my arrow on purpose. Instead, I just, put the intention that whatever it is that's holding me back, I'm breaking through it. I'm not going to allow my conscious mind, my ego, to make the decision on what it thinks is holding me back. I'm just going to break through whatever it is. This thing snapped. Look at that. Nice flat snap. They break different every single time. I've seen them break into 3 pieces. I've seen them split. It's crazy. So, the arrow break. Lots and lots and lots of people went up. Lots and lots of people broke it. I got lots of good pictures. They'll be going up. The Firewalk was awesome. Larger coal pit than usual. Got really hot. The interesting experience, I was there with Michael, who was, he was a good friend of mine, and we went to the first one this year together too. And we both had the same kind of experience. We walked across the coals and went, yeah, this is normal. It just sort of felt like, having done it a number of times, that this is just sort of a thing you do. like, you know, taking a shower or whatever. You know, it's just a normal cleansing thing. So while the thrill was removed, it was still as effective. And I mean, I don't want to say that it wasn't effective, because absolutely you sort of get through and you've invoked something new in your life. But we definitely both had the same notion towards the end of the evening that we needed our burns, because we strolled across, and I mean, I still have delicate feet. I'm constantly nicked up, or the smallest little bit of heat burns me, but you know, at the Firewalk, nothing, right? And before, you know, I'd had this sort of issue where I'd get a little singed, and now absolutely nothing. I'm strolling across these coals, and it's like I'm walking across the grass, except crunchier. So that last time across, I took my time and got my burns. You know, it just felt like it was really important. So did Michael, that same notion. We didn't talk to each other about it, but until after. And by the morning, not a mark on me. Nothing. So, the magic of the Firewalk. I don't understand it, but it's important that I don't try too hard. Apart from that, you know, what did I get out of it personally? Same thing I always get out of it. Lifestyle changing, complete shift in my life. All sorts of things that were stuck now move. Things are moving. I'm starting to see myself in a realistic perspective, far more than I did before. I'm still not there. I still lie to myself as much as anybody else, of course, but I'm starting to get to know the things I don't know. Like, I'm clearly not very good at measuring time, and I'm clearly not very good at measuring space, and I have to start deferring to my wife and my daughter about these things, because I'm always wrong when I estimate size, when I estimate time, even when I'm not sure how much time has passed. I'm just terrible at it. And I always try to convince myself that, you know, oh, well, they were mistaken, or, oh, that was an unusual event. No, it's always. I'm not good at it. I might be good at it someday, but I need to recognize the fact that I have a blind spot there. Apart from that, I mean, we're just doing a lot of trading of goods and services. I'm cleaning out 2 homes this month of people who just have a lot of stuff they need to get rid of, and I'm going to help them out there. No money involved. It just it's something that it feels like I'm supposed to be doing. Writing is going well. I'm always just slightly behind, but I always seem to catch up. And life is good. That's my story, but there were dozens of stories that night. And hopefully we'll be able to gather these stories together in some sort of cohesive form at some point. I don't really know how that could be done. But with this group, this was a well-invested group. This was an important moment for them. One of the pictures in the gallery will be of a foot. Somebody earlier in the summer on my first Firewalk came back for this last one. I'm sorry if you watch this. I missed your name. She got a tattoo on her foot of the Firewalk Niagara leaper there, the jumper. That's how much it meant to her, and as soon as I saw it, I went, yeah, I could see that. This is an important thing. We're done for the year here in Niagara. As far as firewalking goes, there'll be glass walks and bar bending and all sorts of things, but it's it for fire until next spring. But I'll keep you informed. You know, do this with us. It's important in ways that I haven't necessarily described here, because it's going to be important in a different way for everyone who does it. Yeah? Okay, until next time.